Shalom YaHUChaNaN. This is going to be an explaining of the Apocryphal New Testament. Here are some websites that have complete apostle works. I am on interfaith.org, the Apocrypha section. And these are all the scriptures on this website that are attributed to the apostles, as well as some others. YaHUChaNaN, I'm only going to be naming the 12 apostles in these Apocrypha books. I will not be going over any other that are not works of apostles or claim to be for them. I am now on Wikipedia for the New Testament Apocrypha section. You can scroll through this and look at all what is written for these individual books. It'll give it a summarization of what is being said, so you can double check and see what is pseudo-apocrypha and what is correctly attributed works. You would need to be careful because a lot of it is still Greek or Coptic, because that is the surviving text after all this time. There's been lots of things that have happened. Both Jewish and Christianity both did not want these writings to be publicized. A lot of the Jewish people were against YaHUHAy, and the later Christianity writings, they deemed them not a part of the scriptures after they made their canonicalized book, which are all the 66 books of the canonized text. They tried to get rid of all of these books so that none could read them. So they were burning and destroying them. Down at the bottom they have a graph of all the texts. Some of them are differently added here, like some of these are not attributed to what's up at the top of the page, so you can kind of sift through it and see the different ones. Again, double check and see if pseudo-apocrypha, who they're written by. Understand that it's not going to be in original Hebrew, that it is going to be transcribed at a later time, but the original date of when it was made was probably around the time that the apostles were there. So it was word of mouth, spoken from letter to letter, transcribed to transcribed. Here is a book with more apocryphal text. This is the archive.org's. It is called the Mythological Acts of the Apostles. Here are all their writings in this book, already translated. I am now on another book, the Apocryphal New Testament. It is called the Library of the School of Theology of Claremont. And this is their Apocryphal text as well. You can borrow these books and check them out and read them. Just have to create an account with archive.org, and then you would be able to check a book out. When diving through apocryphal text, you can find things that are listed that are not shown anywhere else, such as Gabriel's revelations. This is a Hebrew text that is translated, so you could just copy and paste this into a translator and see what it says. I am now on gnosis.org, the Nag Hammadi scriptures. This is a collection of Apocryphal New Testament books that are associated with the apostles. The Nag Hammadi scriptures are not complete. There are other scriptures that have more. These are just the ones that are being listed right now. These are the Apocryphal New Testament that I'm currently reading, such as the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Bartholomew. These are all apostles too. The Gospel of Philip. This is another book I'm reading, the Dialogues of the Savior. At times the apostles wrote letters to each other and they were kept, so here's the letter of Peter to Philip. Moving along, that was all of the Gospels that I have saved so far, that I have found. Here we have the Acts now, Acts of Andrew. Acts of Andrew and Matthias, or Matthew. It's not Matthias as in the apostle that came after Judas was killed himself, and they wanted to replace Judas Iscariot with Matthias. This is a different Matthias. This is actually speaking of the apostle Matthew. We have the Acts of John. This is one version. I am now on earlychristianwritings.com. Here is another version of the Acts of John. Here is the Acts of Peter and the 12 Apostles. The Acts of Philip. The Acts of Thomas. The Apocryphon of James. And the Apocalypse of Peter. There are more apocryphons and apocalypses of other apostles. I have not included them yet. I'm going through reading these. It takes a certain level of wisdom and discernment to understand what is being said in these scriptures. They are kind of difficult to interpret. These are things that no one has ever heard of before. So it's very, very much, you would need to read it to understand what I mean. There is also Josephus' writings on YaHUChaNaN. Josephus is an accreditable historian that has not written books or gospels, so to speak, but accounted for history. He has a pretty good lengthy read on Wikipedia. It's pretty long. So basically, Mashpaka, what I'm doing is I'm looking up the scriptures. I'm getting the names. I'm clicking on them. Then I'm reading a summary about them. What time were they written? Who wrote it? What is the summary of it? What is it saying in there? Is it by an apostle at all? Does it even use an apostle's name? Then I go to gnosis.org's website. And I go to the archive section. And then I type in the scriptures right here. Hit search. And then usually it appears up here in the top. And then if you click on it, you can read the entire scriptures. So that is all I would like to share, Mashpaka. I would like for people to join me. I have a Facebook group page. And if anyone would like to talk and discuss some things and be a part of finding the true scriptures, can reach me on there. So that is all, Mashpaka. I hope we can journey together and find truth. Barak YaHUHAy, Ahaba'u Shalom.